Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lori. If this is your very first time joining us, this is a place where I like to encourage you to be who you are called to be and to live every single day with purpose. And so Jack, my husband, and I recently celebrated our 10-year wedding anniversary. It has flown by. It's been crazy. And let me tell you, we've learned some things. And so I thought that I would share with you a few of those things that I've learned. So here are my 3 things that I've learned in 10 years of marriage. So the first one is that I have learned that I'm not perfect. I know, shock, right? But it's true. I'm not perfect. No, I never thought that I was perfect. At all, trust me. I knew I was an imperfect person, but there's something about marriage that, man, it just sort of brings all of your flaws like to the surface, to light, right? Like everything I feel like that you just like struggle with, or like things you didn't even know that were like flaws, like stuff that I really just I didn't think I would ever have an issue with, like patience, right? Like, just being kind. I mean, like even like simple things that I was like, oh yeah, I'm patient, I'm kind, no. When you get married, like you realize these are really things that you really got to work on, and you really need the Lord, or I needed the Lord to really work on in my life. And I still do, in my own heart, in my own life, in my marriage, like every single day. And it's funny because it's like, when you're dating, you kind of always get to put your best foot forward, right? I mean, it's like you go on your date and you spend some time together, and then you go home and you rest and you recharge and you get to do whatever it is that you want to do and just, be you. And then when you're ready to put your best foot forward again, then you go out and you date, and it just kind of, goes on and on. And so then when you get married, though, you think that you're always going to be on your best. And that's just not true, right? Like when you're living with each other, like day in and day out, you're always having to like be like ready. And you're just not, because we're human. And so I really, really had to learn about some of my own flaws and some of the things that I thought that I had figured out and that I was good at. And there have been many areas that the Lord has really shown me that, man, I really, really need His help in, and I need Him to transform me in some of those areas. So, brings me to number 2. The second thing that I've learned is I've learned what love really means. We tend to think when we're dating that love is like a feeling, right? It's an emotion. Yeah, it's not, okay? Like, love is not an emotion. Love is an action. It is something that you do. Love is something that you give to someone, not only just when it doesn't benefit you, but you give to someone when it's even costing you something, like it's even a sacrifice, right? And so those are things that I really needed the Lord to work on in my life. So I needed Him to teach me what it really meant to love someone every single day. I mean, and every single moment. And that's hard, you guys. That's hard. And sometimes it's hard for Jack to love me because sometimes I can be a pill and sometimes he can be a pill. And so that's a big one that I've learned. All right, my third thing that I've learned in 10 years of being married is how much we need God in our marriage. I cannot say this enough. We would not have made it past 2 years if God had not just, really transformed our marriage. If He had not done a miracle in our marriage. We were about, it was probably maybe a year and a half to 2 years, something like that. Those first couple of years were so hard, you guys. And we seriously were, we were on the verge of getting a divorce. We didn't want to get a divorce, but we just didn't really know how to fix it, to be honest. And it wasn't until we both started turning to the Lord, both individually, but also together. We started praying together. We started going to church together. We started reading God's word together. And we were Christians before, guys. Look, you can be a Christian and you can walk away from the Lord and then, for a season of life. And that's what we did. And we just kind of, I think we got like a lot of people get, to be honest, we got busy and we got just, going on our daily lives and going to work and, just doing our everyday stuff until we really weren't focusing on the Lord at all. He just wasn't our focus. Everything else was our focus. Trying to survive the day was our focus. But God was not our focus. And I think that a lot of people, like I said, I think go through that and deal with that. And they find themselves in the same boat where they're just like, they're either walking completely like opposite paths at some point, or they're just like constantly butting heads. And then before long, they're like, I don't even know how to unravel this mess that we've made. And that's where we were. And we had to really turn to the Lord for that, because we could not unravel the mess on our own, and we needed Him to unravel it. And slowly but surely He did. And I'm telling you guys, He did such a remarkable, incredible, like mind-blowing transformation in our marriage. That is the thing that I would stress to anyone and everyone is you need Jesus at the center of your marriage, because you're not going to learn any of the other stuff, and you're not going to get all the other stuff figured out if Jesus is not the center of your own life, and if He's not the center of your marriage. And so those are the three biggest things that I have learned. And I hope that this encourages you guys. Look, again, I'm still learning every single day. I don't have this all down. I don't have this all perfected at all. He's still working in me. He's still working through me. He's still working in Jack. And I love that He is. I love that He's still constantly transforming us and transforming our marriage. But man, the people that we are today versus the people we were, 8-9 years ago, totally different people, totally different marriage. And now I think we have one of the healthiest marriages that I've seen, honestly. I mean, we have friends who have been, married and divorced several times since then. And we've seen a theme of, God has not been at the center of their marriage. And look, that could have easily been us. And so we know that we are nothing special. It is just God has transformed us. And the only thing that we probably have done differently than a lot of other couples is we decided that we couldn't do it on our own, and that we really needed God's help to transform our marriage. And so anyways, just wanted to share that with you guys. I can't wait to hear from you. If you guys have been married and you have some things that you'd like to share, things that you've learned to encourage the rest of us, you can pop those down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear them. And if you have any questions, we are still working on the Q&A videos. So we're going to do 3 different Q&A videos. We're going to separate them up because we just got so many great questions. So we're going to do one Q&A video on marriage, one on faith, and one on just personal questions. So if you have any more questions that you want to throw our way, pop them down in the comment section below. Also, if you want to follow me on Instagram, I'm Brumfield Lori. I like to play around with a little, Instagram stories. They're just fun little, pieces of my life to share with you guys. I'm also on Facebook as well, and that's just facebook.com/Lori Brumfield. So you can find me on there as well. And so anyways, love you guys. Can't wait to chat with you guys again, and I will see you soon. Bye.